everyone? Welcome back to CEO Talks. This is a podcast created by Rick Hughes of Peace Entertainment Media. I am the host, Alicio Castaneda. I'm the branch manager for Bergen Harbor Bank in Manassas, Virginia. Today I have the privilege of being alongside Shon and Liz of Party in My Head Enterprises.
Well, I'm kind of a party girl. I like to have fun. And one of my friends, leaned over to me one time and they were like, Liz, we can hear the party in your head.
Party in My Head, P.I.M.H Enterprises stands for Party in My Head Enterprise. Party in My Head, and it's funny how it happened. Liz, you want to tell the story? One thing we like to do is we like to have fun, no matter where we go, what we do. We like to just have a chill environment. She's the party, and Shon is the DJ, and she's the party. We call her the hype queen.
I always tell people it's the thing you need for your party that you never knew you needed. But it is true. COVID kind of made it happen.
It did.
It sort of forced it.
For those of our regular audience members that have seen CEO Talks, we have the privilege of interviewing the CEOs, the business owners of the company. So go ahead and tell me something about Party in My Head Enterprises, guys. How'd that get started?
Well, Party in My Head, P.I.M.H Enterprises stands for Party in My Head Enterprise. Party in My Head, and it's funny how it happened. Liz, you want to tell the story on how we got the name?
Well, I'm kind of a party girl. I like to have fun. And one of my friends, leaned over to me one time and they were like, Liz, we can hear the party in your head. And so we decided to make it into a business name. We're like, how fun would that be? Because I started with the custom shirts and he was DJing, and then we kind of put it all under one umbrella of just fun things, DJ, photo booth, custom shirts. So yeah, that's kind of how it grew to what it is.
Yeah. One thing we like to do is we like to have fun, no matter where we go, what we do. We like to just have a chill environment. We don't get too stiff on things. So every time we do stuff, we're like, hey, it's a party in our head. We're just going to have fun with it. Meet new people. Every time we meet people, they're like, oh my God, she's the party. And Shon is the DJ, and she's the party. We call her the hype queen now because she's like the hype girl when I DJ. And basically this started about, I started really getting into DJing hard probably 2017. 2017. And And I used
basement DJ.
Yeah, I was just a basement regular DJ.
Just for yourself?
Yeah, just for myself. Just a hobby, right? Because I've always loved music. I just never had the money to afford it, to afford the equipment and stuff like that. So finally, when I was able to afford the equipment, I was like, let me give this a shot and just mess around with it. Because I used to DJ parties, just play music and everything, and everyone used to like it. So once I started getting equipment, I started DJing, and then it's funny. She started bothering me a lot.
Yeah, he was like, hey, Liz, you need a hobby.
Yep.
And I, at that point, I kind of was intrigued by custom shirts and stuff like that. So liked shirts with funny sayings. So he's like, I'm going to get you a Cricut. This is going to be your new hobby. So that's kind of how P.I.M.H Designs came to be. Me kind of letting him alone so he could DJ and I would make shirts. So
so the first half was you, Liz, with the P.I.M.H Design.
Yes, technically that's where the name started.
That's where it started.
And he's still DJing in the basement. And then we both kind of got better at our crafts and so forth. And then he started doing some gigs and stuff. And then we were like, hey, we should add a photo booth. So that's kind of how that was a great add-on to, DJ services.
How it's been evolving. The designs, and then Shon doing the DJing. And then how many years, a year or 2 years after 2017, where you guys thought about the photo booth?
No.
Or how that look for
that
you guys?
Actually happened. That's when we brought it all together and we made P.I.M.H Enterprise. And that was probably
technically end of 2022.
Yeah.
End of 22, the official, when everything was all roped in together.
Yes.
Yeah.
The full enterprises.
Yeah.
Launched out.
So we Liz is from Massachusetts. I'm from upstate New York.
Hey, don't tell people that.
What am I supposed to tell people?
That's the inside.
I'm not proud of that. I'm just, hey, that's why I'm loud.
So we ended up moving back to Massachusetts, and we're still building our crafts and that. And then we end up moving back here a year and a half later. And once we came here, that's when I started getting outside doing some gigs, and she started selling the shirts. And we were like, this is a great side hustle, because we both had full-time jobs at the time.
Okay.
And I was in the government, and she was a vice president for her company.
Oh, nice.
And so it was a side hustle, but we were busy. We're busy every weekend, and we have to work, busy every week and work. And we were doing it. And then I was able to retire after 31 years from federal government in April.
There you go.
So
That's
yeah,
a win.
thank you. So when I decided to do that, she had gotten laid off before that, and I basically told her, hey, once you start focusing on the business, I'm getting ready to retire, and once I do, we're gonna go full in. And that just happened this April.
Yeah,
So
January
just a
for me.
month ago. Oh, so this year, 2025 was kind of like
The full on.
Yep.
full on revamp. You had to pivot.
Yep.
Nothing like took you down too long. You got hit and got right back up.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I dabbled in a couple other jobs after the layoff, but I'm like, just nothing felt right. And we were like, well, why don't we just invest all our time into trying to grow this a little bigger? So yeah, so that's why, I was like, okay, I'm done with this job, and he knew he was going to retire soon, so we were like, let's do it.
And here we are today.
Here today, and we have the honor of being in Rick Hughes' studio,
Yes.
Media. So anybody of our audience members out there, if you guys want to come out and have the privilege to be here, like Shon and Liz, you know who to hit up. But tell me about navigating from 2017 when you guys first started to right now 2025, and then obviously what happened in 2020 with you guys being for the clients, being client facing, from facing. How would you guys pivot during that time frame?
It was crazy.
It was crazy, but honestly, as bad as COVID was, it kept everyone in the house. That allowed me, on the DJing side, that allowed me to hone in on my craft. I got so many. I was going online. I was doing a lot of Instagram live stuff. Even though we get taken down, I just jump back on and get taken down. Get taken down.
That's what kept us busy.
Really?
And so I would do a lot of that stuff, learning the craft and things like that. And then I started getting booked for doing parties online.
Online, like mid 2020.
Birthday parties, mid from 2020 to probably 2022 almost, 2021.
Yeah.
Like when we really couldn't go outside.
Yeah.
I would get hit for a birthday party. I got hit with, even a corporate event, just me DJing online, playing music for everyone. And
I'm in the headphones trying to be like, okay, Shon, we didn't get knocked off yet.
so that allowed me to start, I guess honing in on my brand too, me being a DJ. And then even after, once we were able to get outside, some of the people that I did work for, they booked me for regular gigs. Okay. And I was like, wow, I can actually really go outside and do this instead of sitting in the house doing, So I would go outside and I just started getting gigs. And from then on, I was like, hey, this is kind of fun. This is kind of cool.
But it is true. COVID kind of like made it happen.
It did.
It sort of like forced it.
As bad as it was, I was able to, even if we would have, we weren't supposed to at the time, we had close friends come over and I just DJ for them.
Yeah, hey, we all did.
Who cares? Right? But yeah, I was able, yeah, exactly. I was able to get in front of friends and stuff and really, try to build and learn and see what I was doing wrong and what I was doing right. And it just allowed me to really, really dig in on this craft. So as bad as COVID was, it wasn't that bad for us.
Okay. Yeah.
Although we did get sick one time, but we were good.
Now, there's something I've been reading online and talking to friends, family, and the people I'm in my networking groups. It's when you're starting as small business owners, more often than not, you go to the friends and family for the feedback, for the support. Now, how did that look like for you, Liz, and for you, Shon, for the designs? Did they kind of just sugarcoat it? Hey, Liz, we love this. Shon, hey, you're the best DJ in the world. But then entirely, you kind of knew you were off that night. How'd that look like as far as for the feedback in the beginning years for you guys?
I mean, definitely like our close network of friends and people we're always out meeting people. So those people, I think, definitely helped us, helped at least with my custom shirts. They became, my earliest customers, repeat customers, and they were the ones who were, telling their friends to tell their friends, and definitely helped the start of P.I.M.H designs, I think. Okay. And then from there, I would start, getting into markets and stuff and getting more clients through those and getting more exposure through those. But I do think also on the DJ front, we were doing parties for friends and so forth. So it was a way for people to, like you said, give you feedback, give you more experience doing those types of parties. So definitely that definitely helped us get where we are now.
And with the DJing side, it's still a work in progress, right?
Yeah.
Even today when I go out, the mistakes are still made, or I gotta read the crowd even more to figure out how am I going to get them moving around, how am I going to get them just having a good time.
Yeah.
So with friends it's easy because no matter what they're gonna love you, but they will give you the criticism too, but they're gonna love you no matter what, right? Friends and family. But it really, for me, it comes to doing First Fridays or going out doing Broad Run, Farm Brewery at Broad Run, or Sinistro, or anything, like when I'm out at a brewery and being able to read a crowd. It's every time it's something different for me every time. So I don't know. I'm gonna say that I'm not over that hump. I'm always gonna still learn. I'm always gonna be like, okay, how can I? Oh, this is a country crowd. I'm not a country DJ. Let me go out in this bag and see if I can get them moving around with something that might tempt them to listen to this other genre of music that I'm doing. Things like that.
Yeah, that's actually one of the questions I had. How have you navigated, not just if it's the crowd that loves country, if it's a younger crowd, what is it, the Gen Zs, the Gen Alpha, I'm not even sure where we're at the alphabet, or like the older crowd, like the millennials, the Gen X, baby boomers. How's that been navigating for you?
To me, it's just reading the room and staying on top of music, right? Especially with the younger crowd. I mean, because they listen to way different music than I listen to.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And I'm not gonna say I'm not a big fan of it, because there's great music still coming out today. I think what it is, it's more of I have to get in and say, all right, what are the top 50 songs, and what goes with those songs, right? What matches with that? When it comes to country or when it comes to rock, I do have a good background in hip hop, R&B, and 80s style music, reggae, dancehall, things like that. So I'm a pretty good open format DJ. When it comes to like country or Latin, I might not be the best, but I get by with it because I do my research.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my research every day. And as a DJ, you have to. You always got to stay on top of these different genres. And if you don't, you're not going to get booked. But I am an open format DJ, but my brand, which everyone's starting to know now, I'm hip hop. I'm hip hop, I'm R&B, and old school.
Old school hip hop,
That's
R&B,
and throwback.
And I think people are starting to kind of learn that. Like that's kind of like where he thrives, and like that's his comfort zone.
Yep.
So it's where we have the most fun.
And
we can do all kinds of parties, but that's where
that's nothing to be ashamed of, right? Because you have live bands that come out and do their thing, right? They come out and they might do oldie songs, or they might do covers, and people go see them for that. So as a DJ, we can't be ashamed to say, hey, this is my wheelhouse. This is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna thrive on. And if I'm not your DJ, and I tell all my clients straight up when I first talk to them, I go, if this is what you're looking for, if you're looking for a 7-hour wedding of country, I'm not your guy. And I'm not gonna take every gig as a DJ, because then I'm not going to give you the experience you want.
You'll limit yourself and not stay true to yourself, to your brand.
Exactly. To my brand or to them. And the client's the most important people, right?
Amen.
So I might be like, hey, I know a guy that is a great country DJ. I think you should go to him. And that's the way it works.
Yeah, that's something I'm sure with you guys networking. We actually met last year. It was a Prism County Social Collective. I don't know if it was April or May, but maybe around this time last year. It was in Old Town Manassas, Old Town Sports Pub.
Yes, that was our first networking event ever.
Yeah, and it's funny, now that I'm sitting down with you guys, I have the honor privilege of doing this podcast with you. You guys both started off, Shon, Liz, we have great energy. I felt that. As soon as I sat down with you in that little corner table, I'm like, these guys have great energy.
That's so crazy. I didn't even remember you were at that one, but that is so true. And Big E was there too.
Yeah, he was like because everybody, hey, if you guys don't know Big E, you got to follow him.
Yeah,
He's
great,
a great guy.
great guy. We just saw him the other day.
So you were saying that last year in April or May, that was your first networking event?
First networking ever.
All right, so the question I love asking my guest is, who told you about networking? Or how'd you guys get into it?
I mean, honestly, we started seeing a lot of stuff on social media, right? I don't know if anybody specifically, we saw a lot of the collectives at that point. I don't know if somebody in the community had invited us to one of them.
For that one, I think that's when you were part of the group. and you
Yeah.
were watching them, but we didn't go there.
Yeah, I was kind of intrigued. I was like, what are these people doing?
You're
And-
part of the Facebook group, and
Yes.
then
Yeah.
you're seeing, hey, people go to these things.
Yeah.
To the
Yep.
happy hour, like what's going on?
And they needed a- they needed a mic.
speaker and a mic.
That's
That's
right.
wrong. Yeah,
And
I remember that.
Liz hit me up and was like, "Hey, could you do it?" I was
This
like,
could be a good thing.
"Yeah." I was like, "Oh, I could go loan him a speaker and a mic for," and I brought it over, and that's the first networking event we went to.
and that was when we were both still working full time.
Yeah.
So we were okay. This is cool, but I don't know how all these people do it because how are you working full time? But these meetings are during the day, and like we were like we're never free. So that's how we kind of dipped out for I don't know a good
Almost a
maybe
year.
about a year, and then
It took me a while to see you guys once more.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Because we never could make them.
Yeah.
We can't do the coffee stuff back then because I was working and she was working, and like she said, we didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Now since we focus on this, we're starting to get out more now.
yeah, we were like making 2025 sort of just like a year of growth, like investing, joining the chamber, getting into some lead shares, going to more of the, the collectives or the networking groups. So we were like, okay, well, let's just put ourselves out there and see what, comes of these meetings. So there's still a lot of them. We got to juggle.
They don't stop. That's for sure. And I think they're like tripling, quadrupling. Like in any month, you can see 2 or 3 per week at least.
Yeah.
In person, virtual, hybrid. You're
Yeah.
gonna see anything and everything out
Yeah.
here.
And with the networking thing, though, that might have been our first networking group that we went to. But Liz and I have to stay networking just for the brand. Of
We
the
are
business.
always out in the streets talking to people, really.
Yeah.
Like restaurants, bars. We love to go out and have fun. And even at our events, we're always talking to people. So you're right. We've always been networking, just in a different way.
Yes, and there's like no right or wrong way to be
Yeah.
networking. You can always meet great people, great individuals, great businesses
Mm-hmm.
out and about. So it sounds like when you guys do go out, whether it's a brewery or a restaurant, you guys are more than happy to find like the general manager, the store manager, whoever it is, and be like, by the way, we're
Oh, yeah?
PIMH,
Yeah.
just in case.
We always try to. We just did it the other day at 2 Silos. It was crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd that look like?
We were talking to the super nice sound lady, and we were like, "Hey, would you ever consider having a DJ in here?" And had a conversation, a good talk with her. So she said that they had, just been tossing around the idea. So you never know. We always like to see what will come of those things.
And it's
That's right.
one of those things. It's like it's one of those things when will we go to a general manager if we have access to it, right?
Okay.
Because a lot of times Sundays are our down days for the most part, and we say, hey, we want to go out, have a couple drinks, because we might have a busy weekend.
Okay.
And we'll go out and we'll start talking. Someone's like, oh yeah, I know so and so. Hey, come, hey, so and so, come here, and then we do this. Oh, I didn't know you guys did that. Okay, well, we're looking for this, and that's how we get into a lot of places.
Yeah. And so I'm sure you guys, either in where you're working 9 to 5 or now that you're fully into PIMH, it's always asked the question. The worst they're going to say is no. And it's already no anyways because you haven't asked.
Right.
Yeah. And so I love how that mindset, that does not stop you. Whether you're just winding down on a Sunday or you're going all in during the week, it's, it's always a networking. Now you have the ability to go into the groups, but you guys are always doing it anyways.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and we met a lot of great people. We're still kind of navigating it, but a lot of good people out there networking. So.
It's funny how when we first started and getting out and I want to go DJ at this place, I want to DJ at this place, and you hear your nose, right? Because you got to fail to succeed.
That's right. Yeah.
And then now I'm their DJ. I'm the guy that they call.
Even though you originally got the no.
I got the nose, or I got they didn't respond. Or now I'm the guy that they call to do their events. Or
I was literally just saying to Shon the other day that, like, do you remember, like, maybe like 3 years ago, we were like, wouldn't that be so cool to DJ on the street at First Friday? And like, now you're doing it.
I
so
sent-
like,
I
you know,
sent
it came
emails.
true.
I would send emails to people and not get a response back. And then, fortunate enough, Brandy from Studio Lux, shout out to Brandy. She we were doing a ladies' night because I DJ at Sunshine Ridge. Shout out to them too.
Such a beautiful venue. I love
Great
Sunshine
venue.
Ridge. My wife and I do.
They've been great supporters.
Yes, and
over the years.
I do their ladies' night on Thursdays, and Brandy was there doing a vendor event with Liz, and they started talking. And
That's kind of how it all started at Sunshine Ridge.
Yeah.
P.I.M.H Designs. That's kind of how we got our foot in the door there. And then I was like, hey, you need a DJ?
And then I started DJing there, yeah.
All right, so it started on the design side.
Yeah.
For Sunshine Ridge, me
For
doing
Yeah.
it.
right.
Yeah.
So was that you guys just casually going there like a Saturday, Sunday, and then talking to somebody, or did you reach out specifically to like, hey, can I partner up to do something for the designs, or how that looked like?
I actually went over there with a friend of mine for one of the ladies' nights like ages ago. And I was like, I saw that there were vendors there, and I was like, this is cool. I would love to come sell my shirts here. And I asked the Andrea, who was organizing it, I was like, hey, you ever need more vendors? And she was like, yeah. And then, so I think I did one, and then I was like, hey, do you need a DJ? And so, you know, just kind of slowly,
they need one.
slowly talk to them about these things.
How's that usually go? Like, do you need a DJ? I know a guy.
Yeah, I know the guy. I'm like, he's really good. I'm biased, but he's really good.
So she was with Brandy, and they were talking, and Brandy came to me and was like, hey, I got an idea from First Friday. Why don't you come DJ right in front of my Studio Lux building in Old Town Manassas on Center Street? I was like, yeah.
Let me think about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
2 seconds. I'm
Yeah.
thinking like this.
I did that, and the first one we did was bananas. Like, there were so many people out there, people dancing the street. So I talked to Brandy. She said, hey, I want you to do it every first Friday. I said, okay. And we named it the Block Party.
The block
So
party.
every first Friday, I'm out there with the block party. And it is a block party. It is legitimately a block party.
And the hype girl is there every
Oh,
time.
there you go, Liz. Well, if you guys wouldn't mind explaining what First Friday is for people who don't know what it is. That way they know where to find you.
So First Friday is the time period on the first Friday every month. They block down, they lock off the streets. You can, walk around, you can drink, you can have fun. They have sometimes they have vendors out there.
Yeah, and I think like it's usually got a theme.
Yeah.
And it's really to support the local businesses of Old Town Manassas, get everybody out there, going to see the restaurants, bars, just enjoying each other and supporting the businesses. So
And it starts in February, ends in November.
Yeah, and then first Friday, because it's always the first Friday of the month from February to November.
yep.
Okay. So then you guys said Sunshine, first Friday, Sinistro and their farm brew.
Yep. I do their a lot of their DJ gigs when I'm available, which is a lot of the times. But their Decades party, I was the one that did all the 90s party, the 2000s party. I'll be there next Saturday doing their Summer Beach party right after first Friday. So my weekend is packed. My weekend is packed.
Oh, I'm happy to
You guys
hear
better
it.
get ready to party.
Yeah. And now, as far as for the designs and the DJ aspect, how did the photo booth come into play?
Good question. Yeah.
So as a DJ, you're always looking at upgrades.
Yeah.
On how can I, give my client a different experience.
More services.
And,
yeah.
more services. And we were sitting around one day, and I was going online, and I'd seen these photo booths, and I'm like, I'm gonna buy one. And let's see if we can make it work.
At first, I'm like, what is that?
So I bought a photo booth, and it worked. It was like I go, I get a wedding, and I'd be like, hey, you want a photo booth? They're like, what is it? Yeah, I want to. And Liz, how do you say it? What is the photo booth?
I always tell people it's the thing you need for your party that you never knew you needed.
Yeah.
I love
Because
that.
it's
I
like
love that.
I'm the one who right now who runs the photo booth primarily. Until we start doing more double booking and stuff, and we have to hire more people. But I'm the one out there talking to the people who are using the booth, and they're just they always say to me like, "Oh my gosh, this is so fun!" Like, this made the party. They were like, I never knew about these. Like, they just the great positive feedback they have about just how it takes the party to the next level. Is sort of what kind of is like lets me know like these are something that more people need to realize, like they need to add.
They love it every time we have it. But the big part of it is, and I gotta say about my wife here, she is such a fun person that she brings that experience. Like, you can have a photo booth and not have the experience.
Oh, I believe it.
But
yeah.
we pride ourselves on having high quality props and the experience. And she brings the experience. She's joking around with them. They're laughing.
Oh, get those glasses with that hat.
She's organizing it.
You always have those CEOs, more like stiff people, like whether it's a party or wedding, whatever it may be. You see them. They're coming in. They're probably doing it because their spouse or their son, daughter.
And then you see them coming back, getting in line again and again and again after the first time.
You won. That's when you know you won. You're like, they're like, oh, she didn't even want to take pictures, and now she got like 15 pictures in there. You know, it's like, okay, I won. I got you.
All right.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind quickly, what type of photo booth you get? Because I've seen different styles of photo booths.
Yep. So we have a few kinds. The standard stationary booth is, traditional backdrop. We have like really, a lot of different options, really nice backdrops.
iPad booth.
Yep, it's an iPad booth.
Okay, that's okay.
And let's see, it's stationary, that package anyways, and we'll deliver it with, high quality props,
high quality backdrop. We have multiple pillowcase backdrops. That we use.
So it's not like that cheesy Amazon kind. It's like the real deal. And then we bring it with really good lighting. So it takes an iPad booth that, some people might be like, oh, it's not gonna take good pictures, and it actually makes a really good output. So we have that. We also have a mobile photo booth, which is sort of our newest addition, where essentially the front of the stationary booth comes off, and it's, the attendant, aka me right now, will bring it around the crowd. I've actually brought it out on First Friday before, taking pictures.
Nice.
So you just kind of go out and about. You could do it at like cocktail hours. You could go out into parties like expos, whatever types of events you may want to bring it to. But basically just snap pictures of guests in the crowd. And then we have a third photo booth, which is a 360. It's basically a video booth. Stand on the platform, camera goes round and round. Output is, kind of special effects, kind of slow-mo, rewind, fast forward type of a video where you kind of just being videoed. I don't know how else to describe it. It's fun. So we have 3 different kinds. But
different kinds. The first one, was it the iPad style?
Yep, stationary. Yep.
Yeah, the stationary one.
We haven't delved into the DSLR yet, which we're highly thinking about it pretty soon.
It's coming soon.
That's with the camera and that stuff.
Same type of booth, but it's just going to upgrade the output of the pictures.
Our iPad pictures are very high quality. A lot of people say they can't really even tell as much. But we know, right? So we know with the DSLR, we're able to take it up another notch, which we'll probably be doing that in the near future.
I think we have the perfect person. Rick Hughes of P.I.M.H.
I know your cameras.
I'm eyeing his lighting right here. I'm like, yeah, Rick, we got to talk with you about some lighting stuff.
Definitely learning as we sit here.
And then the second one, was it the mobile or the 360?
So the second one is a mobile. We call it the roamer.
The roamer.
But that's also stationary. So we have our first stationary that we can also do as drop off also. And we don't have the booth attendant. Someone wanted to, get a package where we just drop it off to them for 4 or 5 hours. Here you go. We're out.
Slightly reduced price.
And then we'll come back, get it. And, but you're not going to have the attendant. You're not going to get the experience. But if you don't have the budget for it and you want to just get the drop off, we can do that.
Yeah.
And then we got the roamer one, which comes on a stationary. So it's another separate one.
So you can rent it both as sort of like a hybrid if you kind of think about it. Like you could say, I want to rent this booth for my wedding, and I want you to do the roamer for an hour during cocktail hour and go out and take pictures of the guest. And then during reception, let's just go back to stationary. People can go take pictures at the booth itself. So we have lots of different ways to kind of cater it to what the person booking the party wants to accomplish. Right. And of course, we do offer printing. It's a little bit not with the mobile, but every other, all the booths minus the 360 can offer printed pictures as well.
Okay. And then, so I know what Shon's referring to you is like the party, the experience. As far as for the props, do you yourself put them on, let them know, hey, this is how exactly you can look like, have the same experience I'm doing right now?
On social media, I think we kind of try to give people that. I have had guests ask me to get into pictures with them.
Nice.
But
that's how fun she is. When they're inviting you to get in the pictures with them at a wedding or whatever, you had a good time.
That's right.
Yeah, but I mean, I do like to hand pick these props, though. I try to pick things that I think would be fun, and definitely not the little wooden stick Amazon signs. We have real deal props, real metal crowns, real signs, So I do try to pick stuff that's really just fun and looks kind of
the cowboy hats, all our hats that we have. She goes, I'm telling you, she'll scour the internet.
I've actually been offered money for hats that we have on our I actually finally sold one because he wouldn't stop.
Yes.
I was like, take the hat.
You sold it. She did. She sold a hat to someone during an event. I think that wasn't a quinceanera, was it?
No, it was a wedding.
Okay, it was a wedding. Yeah.
It was like he was relentless. He kept coming back with offers. I'm like, you know what? I don't know what to do here. I'm just gonna sell him the darn hat.
And then she went and bought the same one the next day.
The next day, yeah.
So yeah.
That way it's not even
funny.
missing.
But that's how our props are real. We really, Liz does a great job of going out and getting these props, man, and everybody loves. And you got to think about this though.
Yeah.
Back in COVID era, because photo booths, they've been out for like 10 years, 15 years maybe.
First one I saw was maybe 2016 or 2017.
Wow, okay.
So props were good back then. And then when COVID happened, nobody wanted to touch anything. I'm not touching it. I'm not doing this.
So they would go propless.
So now you'll see a lot of people go and they don't have the props anymore. They just have that and they do a lot of AI stuff, which is, hey, I get it. AI's here. We have to understand it.
Yep.
But people still love the touch and feel of something that's high quality. And that's what we're still bringing to people. Yeah. You might look at us as old school, but we look at it like, hey.
I look at it like, he'll say to me, Liz, I don't know, props are kind of seeming like they're getting phased out. And I'm like, no, like it's a huge part of the experience. Look, if you want to come to the photo booth and you don't want to touch a prop, you don't want to take, fine. But 75% of the people there are so excited because they're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to pick?
The clients are giving you the feedback anyways. You can see the enthusiasm, the excitement when they see all the prompts.
Yep.
Like you explain it, pick this one with this one, you're going to kill it.
Yep.
Yeah. Half the time they're like, hey, can we take these props over here, take some pictures? Or can we use these to do an entrance into the reception, the bridesmaids? I'm like, sure, go ahead.
The hardest, like when I actually do the photo booth sometimes, for me, the hardest part is keeping track. They will walk off with a hat real quick, especially one of the pink cowboy girl hat cowgirl hat that we have. They will walk up. I'm looking like, wait a minute, why is she out there dancing with my hat on?
You look good, bro. I need that bag.
I'm like, hey, yo. You about to walk off of my hat. I need that. Oh my God, I didn't know I had it on.
Yeah, as an attendant, I'm constantly having to do an inventory, all right, what am I missing? Because they don't even realize they're doing it,
Yeah.
Sunglasses are crazy.
Yeah, especially when the drinks start flowing, they think, I brought this. I brought this pink cowgirl hat. That's on me. Yeah.
With the boa too, it's like, you didn't walk in there with the boa. Get out of here.
All right, so I know when we first sat down, you guys said that 2025 was like the year of learning, the year of transition. We're almost halfway through it. We're in end of May 2025. What does your goal look like halfway through? Is it still, learning and going through the transition? Are you guys pivoting? What does that look like to end out the rest of this year?
Tough question.
Yeah. I don't want to say we're pivoting. I want to say, which I'm nervous about, is we're building.
Oh,
all right. I'm turning down, as a DJ, in photo booth stuff, I'm turning down a lot of gigs that we could be making money out of. So I just reached out to a couple DJs and was like, hey, I got this for you. Hey, I got this for you. And I'm going to shout out my man, Rick Peace, over here, because we had a conversation about this. And he actually put it in my mind on, hey, get a couple DJs with you, maybe get a photographer, maybe get a videographer, and let's work. So that conversation sparked me to have, yes, no, I was going to say that. It sparked me to talk to my wife. And her being like, yo, do it. I just wasn't ready yet.
Okay.
Because it's hard to trust.
It is. It's hard to trust.
You build a brand and you have a quality of product or service that you give. It's hard to let somebody else in and trust that they're going to
deliver the same. Yeah. That's right.
And I don't really want them to produce the same. I just want them to represent the brand and understand, hey, we can all make money out of this, but we have to live to this standard, right? Okay. We have to be at this standard.
Yeah. So, you don't have to have the same mindset about what the brand is. Party in my head. We're there to give them a high quality event, on all fronts.
So I reached out to a couple of DJs, gave them a couple gigs or potential gigs. We'll say that because I think one's only been booked right now. Okay. But the possibility's there. Okay. The possibility. Some good dudes that I really bonded with, and I'm like, hey, if this really works, why can't I bring them under P.I.M.H as my DJs and then we work together and get this money out here.
Yeah, and then you guys are turning away because you're already booked.
Yeah, we turn away a lot. We do, just because it's like
it kills you a little inside every time you have to do. You're like, why does everybody want the same day?
Hey, are you available June 14th? No, I'm not available
For the 100th time.
So please don't reach out on June 10th. They're booked out. They're booked out, guys.
It's crazy though. It's so now it's. I think, like I said, we're not pivoting. It's the build, but it's coming so.
I think it's evolving.
It's evolving. Yeah.
Like we're at that tough growth spot where we're like, we have to figure out, are we going to grow or is this as big as we're going to get?
And like we told you, we just decided to go full on just a month ago, 2 months ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's tough. It's scary. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, we got to pull the Band-Aid off and go do it. And now we're starting to do things like that. Because I'll tell you this, last year when I was working my job, I knew I was going to retire. I knew my time I was already eligible. I was like, yo, I'm looking, but I'm waiting, right? I'm waiting for the right time. And we're still doing events. And I got burnt out last year. I did.
Between your full-time
was weddings,
P.I.M.H,
corporate events, DJing, birthday parties, everything. I got a little burnt out.
The fall definitely killed us.
It beat us up. It beat us up. And I said I never want to do that again. So scheduling-wise, this year kind of looked better because I was doing like 3 weddings in a week. And then I get another wedding, and then I do 2 weddings in another weekend. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. Especially after I retired, and I love my business, but I want my time.
Yeah, that's the whole point of retiring.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So, and I can do it. So the way we scheduled it, we're like, but then as we scheduled it, we're getting hit with, and I'm like, that's why I think we need to grow. But I'm scared to grow. You know, but we're going to have to do it.
You're going to have to do it. And then that's where you find the collaboration, the networking that you guys already been doing anyways. Really started going to network groups last year, now really this year. Yeah. It's finding the good, honest people out there.
Yeah.
But so tell me, in 2017 when design started, and now 2025, 8 years later, where you guys are thinking about the growth, the next step, how were those conversations in 2017 to the conversation you guys are having now? And it's like, do you remember when we said this, when this was our goal, and your goal, you guys passed that like last year, 2 years ago? How'd that look like for you?
We didn't even take it serious back then.
In 2017.
It was like seriously hobbies that were like, making a little money on the side that we still enjoyed. And it's definitely crazy how far it's come.
Yeah, it's I don't know if there was a conversation like, we'll look back and we'll be like, holy crap. The other day, it's funny story. So I just won Best of Prince William DJ. Right?
Oh my goodness.
For 2020.
Congrats, DJ Shon.
Well deserved.
Shout out to everybody that voted for me. I appreciate it. I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it. But Liz was talking to an old friend in Massachusetts that used to come to our basement when I was DJing. And she hit him up and she goes, hey, Chris, look how far
he's come.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So those are the conversations that we have. It's not like, we're going to take this and we're like, man, I was just messing around, scratching and trying to put 2 songs together and understand.
This like iPad and a portable speaker on top of a trash can.
What did you used to call me?
DJ Oscar.
For Oscar.
Oscar
Sesame Street. Oh, so I used to have I put the speaker right on the trash can. And I would just play music for everybody. So they would call me DJ Oscar.
I love that.
Yeah. So we do look back and essentially we're like, hey, like we used to dream of doing these types of events or whatever. And now we're like, can you believe we're really doing that now? So can you believe we're actually having to turn down work?
Yeah.
That's kind of where we're at.
So I'll tell you one thing for the question is, I think something that we're also not pivoting but building on is we actually threw our first party. So that's something that we're trying to get into also. Like our branded Party in My Head Enterprises party. And we just threw our first party called the R&B Pop-Up.
R&B Pop-Up.
And we got a good following on that. Nice. And we got another one coming up in August. Stay tuned.
There you go, August.
It's going to be at Yum Yum Thai.
Yep, it
so
is.
August 16th, I think.
It's
but we'll
R&B style music. Hip hop's in there, of course, because they're brother sister genres. So, but it's a lot of R&B, old school, new school,
grown and sexy
vibes. Like for the grown and sexy. It's check us out on our Instagram page, P.I.M.H Enterprises, and you'll be able to see everything we're doing. out there with
Yeah.
that.
All right. And that's one of the things I wanted for you to tell the audience is where can they find you and what's your guys' service areas?
Talk about
Okay, so we do have a website, www.PIMHenterprises.com. On there, you'll be able to check out DJ services, photo booth services, all the different types that we offer, as well as PIMH designs and a link to be able to shop. I do have an online store for some of the standard items, but I do a lot of custom work as well. But there's contact information for all of us. We're all over social media. We're on Instagram, at PIMH Enterprises, at PIMH Photo Booth, at PIMH Designs. We got the whole deal.
That's all you guys trademarked right there.
Yeah. We're on Facebook as well, PIMH Enterprises. We're trying to, that's kind of another thing we've been working on this year is just bettering the website, sort of making our social media a little bit more streamlined. We have added the beginnings of a calendar to our website as well. So
Nice.
if you guys look at PIMHenterprises.com, hopefully you'll be able to see, like, we're going to post the public events, so you can plan for those. Did I miss anything?
No. And I mean, I also post on our PIMH Enterprises and my personal Instagram page, hey.yo.Shon for Hey Yo Shon. I post the monthly calendar that I am, and it shows all my public events if you want to come out and check.
That's where you'll see all the scratching and the fun stuff.
the good stuff.
All the good stuff, the training, the hard work.
Yeah, the practicing, absolutely.
And then as far as your guys' service area, what does that look like?
All over the DMV.
All over DMV. All right.
We stick around Northern Virginia, but we're out in Maryland. We're all over.
We're in DC. even
Yeah, we're in
though
DC.
Things are always a little challenging with the
They can
load in, load out process, but
But we love it all. So
Yeah, we do.
all DMV area we service.
and truth be told, though, the reason why we want to network, I think one of the reasons we're trying to network so hard in this area is we like staying close. It makes the process so much easier. There's such long days, so even though we will go throughout the whole DMV, events in the Nova area are welcomed.
I gotta say, we be getting a lot of calls into Maryland.
Yeah,
Lately.
somebody got our card up there.
Somebody heard about us. in
Someone's
Maryland.
marketing for you guys.
Yeah.
All right, nice. All right, well, with that being said, Liz, Shon, thank you guys so much again for coming out, Party in My Head Enterprises. You guys know exactly where to find them. Follow their website, their Facebook, their Instagram. Follow Shon's personal page. You guys know the service area, the DMV area. And if you want something live coming really, really soon, what's going on next weekend?
Next weekend we have Thursday. We're doing the annual event.
Prince William Chamber annual event. We will be there with our photo booth.
Yep.
So come check it out.
Yep. Friday, June 6th.
Yep.
Is First Friday in Manassas. I'll be
You
out
do
there.
not
on
want to
7th
miss
Street.
this.
Don't miss
The
it.
block party's gonna go bananas out there. So come out and check out me doing my thing. And then Saturday, I will be at the brewery at Farm
Brewery at Broad Run. It's like a mouthful.
I will be doing I'll be doing their summer party out there. Same type of vibe as the block party, because you get what you get when you got me. Hip hop, R&B, some old
Summer
school
vibes.
stuff, summer vibes. It's gonna be a party. And then at the end of the month, June 22nd, I throw a party at Sinistro called the Sunday Social. Another block party style party, but it's inside of Sinistro, right in their patio area. It's a blast. It is a vibe. It's just a bunch of good people getting together for having a social time. So check us out.
And having a beer.
Also, one thing, also do a podcast called the Old Head Podcast. Me and my man, shout out Big Unc, Chris Kirkland. We do an Old Head Podcast. Check us out on TikTok at Old Head Podcast.
Wow.
There we go. So if you guys want to see something immediately to see how Shon and Liz are working in the moment, next week, June 6th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, that's where you know to check them out.
Hey, man, we
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much.
Appreciate you
For coming out and taking your time.
Shout out to Rick, man. Rick, shout out to my man, Rick
Media.
Media. Love the setup, man.
Yeah.